our environment. It's our imagination. I used to imagine myself living in a beautiful home. I used to work on Miami Beach with my mother. She was a domestic worker. She cleaned the homes of these wealthy families, and we ate the food left over from the families that she'd cooked for. But I had this vision, this imaginary life that I had created for myself, that I had all the things that I desired. I saw myself, I believe in the old saying, act the way you want to be and soon you'll be the way you act. I was living in poverty, but it was not living in me. The imagination is that dimension of who we are that can transcend mental conditioning and our circumstances and gives us the possibility of reinventing ourselves and creating a life that we can be proud of.
Can everybody do that?
Yes, that's the greatest power that human beings have above the animals. An alligator can't be anything but an alligator. A tree can't be anything but a tree. But a human being, we have the option to be anything that we so desire.
Let's take the law of attraction, because, you know, the secret is out there and gazillions of people are, you know, frothing at the mouth over this movie. And the interesting thing is, I love The Secret in many ways. Okay, I have a lot of friends in there. Joe Vitale's in there, James Ray, you know, one of my colleagues, Bob Proctor. So there's people I know and like and respect in that movie, and I'm glad they made it because it has brought the law of attraction to millions of people that wouldn't have known about it otherwise.
Andrew Carnegie was the wealthiest man in the world. Carnegie introduced him to 500 of the world's most successful people, and he commissioned him to write the laws of achievement. So Napoleon Hill didn't go to a school teacher. Napoleon Hill went out to Edison and Ford and Wanamaker, people that had done great things, and he studied their life, and he found there was a golden thread running through their life. And he wrote it in a program, and then he condensed the program into this book, Think and Grow Rich. And I've been studying this now for many, many years, but that's where I started.
But it just shocks me now as I go around the world doing workshops and working with people, how many people come up to me and say, well, you know, I have watched The Secret 49 times and my Lamborghini still hasn't driven itself into my driveway. You know, what do I have to do to get the car to show up?
There's a very well-known book and a film that came out in recent times that talks about changing what we think, and that all we need to do to make us get more is to think it and will it into our universe. And frankly, I think that's a very dangerous concept. I think it's very dangerous to believe that all you've got to do is change your thinking. That's step one. That's kindergarten. That's the beginning.
What we teach in the law of attraction is that when you get your vibration clear, the way shows up. Because everything is inside out. Business is inside your mind before it's outside. So if the young world can get clear what you want, then the path becomes easy.
Yes, the laws of attraction are good, but there's also something that's called the laws of action, without which you're not going to be able to attract prosperity in your life.
If I can see it inside, I can create it outside. That's what entrepreneurs are all about. They make something out of nothing and then sell it. They're artists.
Ideas are the proven capital of young rebel entrepreneurs. Breaking new ground is the best, fastest, and easiest way to create something the world has never seen before. After all, whoever thought you could make $1 million by transforming oversized beanbag chairs into a revolutionary new furniture company?
And if you haven't seen his sacks yet, you probably will. We're here, Mr. Sean Nelson. Yeah, the founder of Lovesack.
I get asked all the time how this thing started, and like so many silly entrepreneurial stories, it was an accident. You know, I was 18 years old, just graduated from high school, sitting on the couch watching TV. The idea just sort of popped in my head. How funny would it be to make the world's biggest beanbag chair? I got off the sofa, drove down, you know, with my girlfriend to the fabric store, bought 14 yards of fabric, brought it home, cut it out like a baseball, because that seemed like a way to make like a sphere.
What did you put in there?
Well, you know, originally I tried the beanbag beads because it was meant to, you know, originally I was just thinking a big beanbag, but they, you know, the first bag I dumped in, they blew all over the place and made a mess and stuck to things. And so I thought there must, you know, classic entrepreneurial story, I guess, there must be a better way.
this is a key for everybody, I think, that they might look at something and say, I can do that, or I can do that better.
You know, there's that
Pay the mortgage, and at the end of the month,